Good evening, lovely tubers. White Mexican back again with another Market Watch investments video for you guys tonight. Getting things kickstarted, I'm going to start with Buster Blader. The way I'm going to break down this video is I'm going to start with the first two window tabs are going to be more specifically great sells, pretty good price values in my opinion, so kind of some quick cash on your guys' point of view. And then the last tab is going to be kind of a mid-range between maybe something that's potentially a good price for a pickup for exponential value increase later on, or maybe even selling if you guys need quick cash value now. So as I said, we're going to start off with a Buster Blader. This is seeing some pretty obscene price points pretty much all across the board. Of course, you have the dual terminal preview, which is pretty much unattainable. It's only a good fat price point. You have the anniversary pack ultra rare, which is only about 30 bones roughly. The 2003 very nostalgic classic Gen 1 tins are holding pretty good price value too. You got the Pharaoh Servant original ultra rares. Really quickly, this is I'm pretty sure this is the original print. I can't remember if the tin 2003 2002 era was like roughly around the same time the Pharaoh Servant came out, and this was the original print. I'm pretty sure that the Pharaoh Servant came out before the 2003 Gen 1 tins, but these more specifically all around in general seem to be holding pretty good price value. Start price point is about 7.5 bones for just the lightly played unlimiteds, and then I can't even imagine what the first editions are going to be going for. Like anything Gen 1 first edition these days is seeing some obscene price point increases, as many players know. Collectors market is insane. Not too bad. I'm actually surprised. So it goes to from 32 to 35 for the first two. These are lightly played first edition, so very, very good price point on the OG print. And really quickly, I do want to go back and, well, I do have a lot of cards that I do want to showcase today. So I would like to review the 2003 tin promo secret rare, but for time-saving purposes, I'm just going to go ahead and do a flash price. So, again, roughly around 18 bones for the secret rare promo. You have the Secret Rare from Legendary Collections 3, an amazing set. I would definitely recommend you guys. One of my all-time favorite sets in the game. I would definitely check it out. One thing I did want to specifically showcase, though, as well as the original print OG, was the Retro Pack 2. This is a super rare, and a Retro Pack, I guess, it's extremely old, really hard to get, to my understanding, and it's just all around the board. These cards are pretty much going in price because the collector's market is really eating up for the Retro Packs and Dark Revelations and all that stuff. So a starting price is, remember, there is no first editions in this print run, so this set did not have first editions, so you're all going to be unlimited, and it's about 11 bones starting price for this card, and then it quickly jumps to 14 and just kind of trickles up after that. Obviously extremely low quantities on the market of this card print specifically. So rough summary, I just wanted to show you guys Buster Blader is worth money. This is just one of those old school nostalgic big anime cards, big fanboy cards. I know there's a whole deck archetype behind this supporting this card now, but it's just all around great value. So if you guys pretty much have more specifically those versions of Buster Blader, it's just going for great value. So me personally, I mean, I get the collectability of this card, the correlation with the anime and all that. I like this DT1 a lot. It's actually pretty affordable price point. It's only about a bone right now, so that might be a good pickup for buying over selling. But anyway, Buster Blader, ladies and gentlemen, very good sell card. Next is going to be Gamecill. So this has some awesome prints. We got a super rare drawing out of OTS 2, which is actually extremely old. We're on like OTS 14 now, and of course the amazing secret rare bump from Battles of Legend Relentless Revenge. Ideally, this is going to be, in my personal opinion, the best, get the highest rarity. I really do like the super rares a lot because it's OTS pack. OTS pack, once it's here, it's here. When it's gone, it's gone, and it's kind of hard to get after they go out of print relatively quickly. Very amazing secret rare foiling on this. This is still a really good card. For the longest time, this was a huge side deck card, and then we got like Raw Sphere mode and Nibiru and all that. It's kind of outshot. Those cards kind of outshotted this card, but Kaijus in general is still, I think, a very, very good deck, and this is one of the most diverse ones, and this is kind of a fan favorite. Really cool artwork. I really hate turtles. I hate turtles a lot, but this actually looks pretty cool because I just pretend it's a dragon, not a turtle, and it got the helicopters, and it's like a sea monster thing, so I can get over it with my imagination. But this is going for about 8 bones almost. Quickly, it's about 8 bones. first editions. Not really a bunch of fat stacks on here. 5 pages on the market, so you guys could sell this if you want a couple bones. I still think this is a really good card, so if you have other versions, maybe you could sell this, the high rarity, for 8 bones, and then you could, maybe keep your supers, or if you have your OG rares, first editions, those are pretty, they're getting up there in age. I think it was Dimensions of Chaos was the original print. Yeah, Dimensions of Chaos. Getting up there in age now. I think this set came out in 2016. I want to believe, if I'm not mistaken. Super rares looks like they're about between 4 and 5, and I definitely wouldn't discredit these. I still think this is a very nice hollow foil for this card. Secret rares are good, but this is still really nice too. It's definitely a healthier alternative for a little bit of a decreased price point, and these are about 5, so still a very, very great card if you guys want to sell it for 5 or 8, or if you guys want to pick it up. It's just an all-around awesome card. Next, we're going to continue on more so focusing on the collector's market. There's 2 super rare cards dawning out of Gen 1, Magician's Force, and it's going to be Skilled Dark Magician and Skilled Magician of White. This is loading, so I'm just going to go ahead and come back to it. So these cards are relatively cheap right now. The Unlimiteds are a couple bones, so if you guys want to sell your Unlimiteds, you can, go get 3 bones plus. If you can have, there's always got to be a buyer's market, but if there's a buyer out there, it's quick cash for you guys. Only 3 pages on the market here. When we get to the first editions, that's when the prices start to double. You can see here it gets almost up to about 7 bones for first edition. So there's one here for 6 actually. So this is just very much a collector's card. It's not a good card, but it's for Magician's Force. Magician's Force is highly sought after for the collector's market, and it's just a Gen 1 hollow foil, which is a super rare. It's got amazing artwork. So if you guys have first editions, I recommend you hold on to them. If you have Unlimiteds, I'll just go ahead and pass them off. They're really not going to increase too much in value. I personally don't think the value is always going to be, especially for these Legacy Gen 1 cards, it's going to be for the first edition. So you guys can make up your own mind on that. Really wish that this would load so I can show you this. And then, of course, Skilled Dark Magician. I think this, out of the 2, out of the white and the Skilled Dark, I think this is the more popular one. This one looks more, kind of takes after more of the OG Dark Magician, which is, really huge collector's card, Yugi card, anime card, all that stuff. So this one's going for about 4 bones plus for the Unlimiteds. Only 2 pages on the market, and no first editions on the first page. First editions on the second page start at 12 bones, and bottoms out all the way at a whopping almost 35 bones. So this is, if you guys have this, I mean, it took forever, but this is seeing some incredible price point values. So up to you guys if you want to hold your first editions or sell them or not. Really quick, the next one is going to be Ignite Crusader. I really don't know why my tabs are not loading. That's really frustrating. While that's loading, I'm going to go ahead and dip into Dual Power. Dual Power is seeing some pretty insane value. Of course, we have Infinite Permanence as always leading the pack. It's kind of whopping. Is it really a 40 plus price point? This is really insane for this card. Dual Power was insane. This flew off the shelves like crazy. This constantly reminds me of Legendary Collection Kaiba. This set just got sold out like crazy. Everyone was super excited about it. The first time that there's been just such powerhouse reprints. One of the first times that we just got so many great reprints and all in one set. It was just a powerhouse set, and yet it's literally not even the first editions are 41 bones. This card has seen obscene growth. I really, really recommend that you guys sell these as fast as possible. Unfortunately, I kind of pulled the trigger too early on these. I think I sold mine. I think it was significantly less than this. It was a long time ago. It was back in June. When I separated from the military, I was selling my Dual Power stuff because I invested very, very heavily in this card. But yeah, 40 bones starting price, and that's not even for first editions. And the 3 pages on the market here, a couple stacks of 3, here's a stack of 6. So definitely some insane value. I'd definitely sell that. If you guys have your secret rares, I would hold on to them. I think the secret rares look really nice. I think we're bound to get a reprint soon enough here for that card. It's just a really popular card. And of course, if you have them, you want to have at least 3 just to have on hand. But I really don't know why this is loading so slow. This is really frustrating. Anyway, this card it's about 4 bones. Here it is, fine loading. This is for the original print, or this. It looks like this only has 1 print. It's a solo print, super rare, core, and Surprisingly enough, I don't know, this card, I think it's like 3-ish bones or something. And you can see, yeah, here its starting price for the first edition is about 3+. So I don't know. I feel like this is just kind of a random card that a lot of people may have just sitting in their side binders or whatever that you could just slap on, and maybe you can make 3 bones if you got to stack them. Adds up pretty quick. Again, dual power. Really quickly, there's a lot of stuff I want to review here. So just this infinite permanence, this has been fluctuating a lot, but this is holding up one of the higher price points. I think is a good sell. Of course, you have Ash Blossom and Joy Spring all across the board. Even the commons are holding like a 10+ market price, so just all across the board. Ash Blossom is a big sell, sell, sell. Keep your first edition secrets if you have the Maximum Chaos. I think it was Maximum Chaos. The original set of the secrets, I would definitely keep those. Those are definitely collector's market worthy, and they're just going to continue to increase as the set gets older and older. I would not be surprised if we get eventually an ultimate rare of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. I think this is the second best hand trap we've ever had manufactured in the game. Second slot to Max C as #1. My personal opinion. You got 20 bones for the ultra rare evenly matched. You still have Nashter being a solo prince going for about roughly 12 bones. Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres has gone all the way up to 7. For the longest time, it's set around 3, 4, then went to 5. Now it's at 7. I actually have several of these. I need to start listing them and selling them because I really don't think that this is going to go up much more past this. And this is just a great sell value. You got Raw mode, Raw Sphere mode over here, which is about between 6 and 8. So Galaxy Soldier, even not even the Prismatic Secrets, just the ultra rares are holding about 3, 4. And just these are the top dollar cards here. So anyway, these first couple cards, so like the first 9 cards or so, are pretty good value. So definitely some good value in dual power, seeing some good return on investment on that. Next is going to be just a continuation of some pretty good sell targets. Of course, Archlord Christia. This is an amazing card. Really big fan of Light Fairy decks, and it's one of my all-time favorite fairy cards. This is the OG print, Dawning on Stardust Overdrive. Unlimited alone are holding a whopping $46 price tag, goes up to $55 quickly after that, and just kind of continues to trickle up. It actually looks like there's a little bit more listings on the market price on this card from last time I reviewed it. It just keeps on trickling up all the way up to $100. We're not even in first editions yet, and it looks like we're not going to get first editions until the second to last page, and the first edition, even lightly played, is a whopping 300 bones, and then it goes up to 314, and this card is just insane for first edition. But very, very impressed that the unlimiteds alone are holding that price point of what was it? I think I said like 40 bones or something. Yeah, starting point of 46. So OG print of this, slightly played or better, is just a great. I would definitely recommend. I don't know. So like I only have unlimited of this version. I have several prints. I think I have like 6 or 9 copies. Earmint Lily played, at least all unlimited, unfortunately. But this is a really fat price tag for just a secret rare, and this great playable card. Really infamous set. So it's kind of up to you guys. I personally only am listing one, and it hasn't sold yet. So the buyer's market, because it's such a fat price tag, I really don't think this card is popular to buy right now, as you can see. But this is very, very nice, high rarity of secret rare. I highly doubt we're going to get any better rarity than this gorgeous secret rare. This is just an all-around, just amazing card. This is just it's got amazing artwork too. It's got amazing rarity, amazing artwork, and it's just an amazing card in general. It's a powerhouse card, and it's got great history as well. Really, really powerful history. So next is going to be a collector's market card, Gaga Girl. This is the secret original OG print out of Order of Chaos. Order of Chaos is getting up there in age now. This has been slowly, and I've been talking about this for a long time, and I knew the artwork alone and being, an old school secret rare, reflecting Dark Magician Girl, this was going to be like a waifu anime girl cutesy collector's card market card. And we're seeing here unlimited are all the way up to about 6 bones. No first editions on the first page. There's 4 pages here on the market. No first editions on the second page. And the first edition that we see here is all the way up to 16 bones, and it quickly goes up to 21, and then just kind of trickles up after that. So very quickly it starts to jump on the last couple of listings here. So before we hit the last page, so I'm not surprised by this at all. I totally saw that this coming as a collector's card. So do you guys have your first editions? Honestly, I would wait. I'm holding my first editions. I think the most I've spent on my first edition copies, I think, was like 5 or 8, or I can't remember. The last time I invested in this card, I bought a playset. I don't know if it was a playset or a double playset. It's either 3 or 6. I can't remember, but it was definitely well under 10 for the first editions, and we can see it's already past that price point. So, and I totally see this card maintaining some pretty good price points because it's just like for all those reasons I said. It's old, high rarity, amazing artwork, and it's a terrible card to play. Like, don't even play this card, but for all those other reasons, it's already well deep into the collector's market. Next is going to be Blackwing Boar of the Spear, more specifically the Dual Terminal 3 Common. I have a lot of these as well. I invested in these a long time ago. I think I spent like about a bone or 2 bones on these and I bought several of them. Plenty of copies to go around for my personal stock, but this card fluctuated a lot. I mean, it went all the way up. There was some hype, I want to say like half a year ago with Blackwings. I don't know if they got a new card, but Blackwings is a big fanboy deck. I think it's safe to say that there's a lot of Blackwing players out there that love the deck and just follow it, to the grave and back. And it used to be like $15, $17. Now it's all the way down to 6. So I'm personally holding mine, but seeing how it is a dual turn is very nice. But it's just completely up to you guys. I think it has potential to go up. 6 is still a very good price to sell at. I mean, again, if you bought like when I did several years ago, we were buying these for $1, 2 bones. This is a great, that's a great profit right there, even just at the low price of 6. But I mean, there's only 3 pages. The fattest stack on the first page is an 8 of. And Blackwings again, like trending with Blackwings is all over the place because there's a lot of players out there that like it, but it's just it kind of comes and go. It's never it hasn't been like a straight meta deck in a very very long time. So kind of up to interpretation for you guys. Next is going to be a zombie players card, Mizuki. I love this card personally. I love the secret rares. These have always been relatively pricey. The premium pack stuff, that was like a short side set that kind of just came and went, and they're relatively difficult to get, in my opinion. It's very old now. Of course, you got the ultra rares from Duelist Saga. Surprisingly enough, it looks like even the Gold Series are holding, Gold Series 3 are holding some relatively good price point for just being a gold card. But I like Ghost Gold, but in some Ghost Secret Rares, not Platinum Gold, but just normal standard Gold Secret Rares look very nice. But these, for what they are, I don't think they look that good. So holding a market price of potentially $3, I think is a good sell target. But more specifically, the Dual Terminal 7 would probably be the ideal one for the price point. A healthier alternative, a little bit more affordable, but still very, very nice. This is actually the version that I run my zombie build. I really, really love zombies a lot. There's a lot of blending you can do, and it's a very I like the engines and stuff. So zombies is just cool. It's just a deck I enjoy, and this is one of my favorite zombie cards. So this is the Dual Terminal 7 common, and it's about 3 bones, and it kind of trickles up to about 5, and really not a lot. There's the fattest stack here is two 3-ofs, and then there is 2 pages left of this. So I think this is a really good, probably like one of my favorite versions. I mean, it's the secret rare than this, but this is so much more significantly cheaper than the secret rare. So I think this is pretty good. Next is going to be Miracle Contact. So I guess it's just hero players, or I don't really know, but this card's worth money. I think this is a good sell. They have the Ultra reprint, which is going for like 5 bones, but the OG secret rares from Return of the Duelist are holding some pretty good price points too. This is definitely a card. I mean, maybe it's artwork, maybe it's collectability, maybe it's just because it's hero correlated. I'm not really sure. Those hero players, they're crazy deep in their markets, and they kind of have their own category here. But look at this. The first edition is 20 bones. That's insane. There's only one unlimited here that for the starting here, which is already 10 plus. It's about 11 or so, and it's all to 20. So this card is money, money, money. I definitely recommend selling this card. I don't really understand why this would go up unless hero players just decide to buy this card out for some reason, and then there's just not enough to go be on the market, and it spikes the price. But I have a few of these that I'm trying to sell personally, because I think that, well, the story behind this started was I bought them when I was in Japan. I was at a card store in Japan, and there's not a lot of English cards, but every once in a while you run into some English cards, and it was basically in a stack of cards, and I like bought these for like less than $1. It's basically like the equivalent to like, yeah, less than a US dollar, because everything's in yen, the Japanese yen over there in Japan. But anyway, some pretty great stuff, definitely a great sell target. Last few cards that I want to wrap up this video is going to be Messenger of Peace, super rare. This card is really just nothing for the unlimited. This is a really great old school super rare magic stamp for Magic Ruler. This image says spell card, but more specifically from Magic Ruler, you guys know your history is where they changed the name from Magic to spell cards. Really great stuff. And the first editions are going for some really good. There's been definitely an exponential growth in value for this card more specifically. Again, you guys have probably taken note, a lot of my videos I review a lot of Gen 1 stuff. And I can't get away from it. I guess I'm kind of just pretty knees deep in the collector's market, and the Gen 1 stuff is just, it's constantly coming back to me. And I just love showcasing Gen 1 stuff. And here we have the first edition here for a starting price of 10 bones for lightly played, then quickly jumps up to about 14, and then it goes to about 15. So this card is holding pretty good value. Should you sell it? I would say no. I would say hold this. I mean, if you guys need quick cash, 15 bones is pretty good for this. These are insanely old though, and they're not being reproduced, especially for like the OG prints like this for Magic Rulers. So completely up to you guys. But great history behind this card. Great old school super rare holo foil, and it's just going to continue to go up in my personal opinion. But again, if you have first edition copies, it's definitely some good value for quick money. Next is going to be some cards that it's going to be kind of this whole window tab is kind of a blend of, kind of just leaving up to you guys up to interpretation if you guys want to sell or buy these. My personal opinion, more specifically on this card, Cyber Dragon Infinity, I think it's kind of on the low side of price point. This is an amazing card. Again, Cyber Dragon players, there's a lot of fanboy Cyber Dragon players out there that just love all the Cyber Dragon stuff, old and new. Definitely a whole collector's market on its own merit alone. It's just an insanely loved deck by its own player base. And again, there's a couple of different versions, and there's been like, alternate arts and all that, but this is the highest rarity. This is the best rarity. I don't think there's an ultimate rare. I'm pretty sure it's not an ultimate rare of this, but if there's not an ultimate rare, this is the highest rarity as a secret rare original print from Breakers of Shadow. And the first editions are under 10 bones. The first editions we get here are about 7, and it's kind of like the market value. It's like 7, then goes to like 8, but the first couple ones are under 10. I think if you can get this card, anything under 10, I think is a great investment. It's a great hold. This card is just like ridiculously good. Like, this is what makes Cyber Dragon players. This is the card that like converts people to want to play Cyber Dragons. In my personal opinion, I personally don't pilot Cyber Dragons. I don't play Cyber Dragons. I appreciate them. I respect them because they have Infinity, and this is just literally like, this reminds me of like Six Samurai Shien. It's not anywhere near the caliber of Infinity. Infinity is like a lot better, but it just the control factor built into this card is just insane. And in my personal opinion, this is like one of the most dreaded extra deck cards that can be busted out on me when I play personally. I really, really fear this card a lot and respect it, and I think it's just an all-around amazing card. I personally invested in several copies of this original print first edition. I can't even remember how much I paid. It was a long time ago, back when I used to like actually invest in buying cards off eBay and stuff before I started using TCG Player a long time ago. But I think this is kind of on the low end, so it could potentially be a good pickup for you guys if you want to invest long term. Next is going to be Mystical Furia. So this is going to, again, just going to be collector's market value. I think it has great artwork. Cosmo Blazer is not super old, but it's not really new either. It's definitely getting up there in age. This is the OG print as a high rarity of secret rare. This is all pretty much artwork. The effect blows. It's not really good. It's not really playable. This is just one of those like cutesy anime cards at a high rarity of secret rare. It's getting relatively up there in age, and it just has, I just think it's going to go in the collector's market. I don't know when, but I think this is going to be one of those cards. Another one is Ghost Fairy Elphobia. That's another one that's a solo print, strictly a solo print out of Lord of the Galaxy Tachyon. Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy is a super. That's another good card to look into if you guys want. Specifically only for first editions. Same as this card, only first editions. And the first edition here is only about 2 bones for lightly played. There's 5 pages on the market, and we get a couple more here for still about 2 bones. Here's a 3 of right here for a bone each. I think this is really good. You definitely want to buy in bulk for these collector's cards, in my opinion. So just an all-around cheap card, and I just personally believe in this. And you know, there's still time for this card if you guys want to pick it up on the cheap. Next is going to be Heretic Sun Dragon Overlord of Heliopolis. This is one of my favorite rank 8s. Big Dark World player. This is a really big card. I always pack at least 1 or 2 copies of this in my Dark World builds. I just love this card a lot. I mean, both copies are secret rares. You have the 2010, 2012 tin super rare promos, reprints, and you have the original Galactic Overlord secret rares. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the OG print first. Relatively the same price point. Doesn't really matter. Obviously, the original prints can be a little bit more, but this is just an amazing artwork, amazing rarity, amazing effect. I really like level 8s a lot too, so I'm a little biased towards this card. But this is one of those cards that's like I'm not sure. Like I have plenty copies of these. I've always loved this card, and I've been relatively interested in Heretics for a while now. First editions are about 7+ bones, and yeah, there's so I mean I think anything under 10 again, it's kind of a hard pill to swallow because for the longest time even these used to be like 3, 5. For the OG first editions, and we can see now they're like 6, and then they start to go up to like 8, 9. But anyway, so completely up to you guys what you want to do with this. I just think this is an all-around amazing card. I would definitely not discredit the 2012 secret rare reprints because they match rarity as secret rares, and 2012 is a long time ago. We're talking 8 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. That was a long time ago. That's almost a decade, and it looks like these are going for about 4-ish bones. Still very nice. I like both of them personally, and yeah, these are going for about a little bit over 4 bones, about 5-ish bones now. So it's completely up to you guys what you guys want to do with that. Next is the Gemini Elf. So I really kind of struggle with this card because when I lived in Japan, I invested very heavily in a lot of those CG, mats and sleeves and original artwork cards and different rarities and all that stuff, and I can't get over this and like Dark Magician Girl, like just 2 of the most infamous cards for me. That it's hard to kind of get over the censorship. The original versions that the Japanese artists made are just completely superior in every way, in my personal opinion. So it's really hard for me to invest in the American English counterparts of these cards, but still alone, a market is a market, and these are still holding great values in the market. And this card's starting price point is 12 bones for unlimiteds, and quickly rises after that. And then when we get first editions, first editions are just like ungodly expensive. This is Labyrinth Nightmare, Generation 1 core set, amazing. Already has been well in the market. The first edition here is actually, I'm surprised. It's actually not. It's expensive, but it's not as expensive I thought it would be here. It's about 47 bones. That's a 1 of there. And then our next one, we see right here, quickly already goes up to 106. So over double the price point for the next first edition there. And you can see just rises. This is just, again, high rarity Generation 1. Amazing artwork. Besides the censorship, that's the only thing that's dumb about this. So next is going to be Injection Fairy Lily, one of my all-time favorite, I guess, cutesy anime girls, just collector's cards in general. This card, actually, interesting enough, was probably one of the most defining cards that got me into collecting, like, Gen 1 old school, like, badass artwork cards. And if I'm so bold to say, I really think that this, over time, is going to have a Dark Magician Girl, the secret rare original first editions for Magician Force, run for its money. Dark Magician Girl is really popular, and it's an amazing collector card, and has been for so many years. Legacy of Darkness is older than Magician's Force, though, which technically, yeah, I mean, in the game state, it makes Injection Fairy Lily older. It's not as popular because it didn't get as much showtime in the anime and all that, but this is still very much, I think, if not better than Dark Magician Girl. I mean, in price point value, just with the popular Dark Magician Girl, it's not quite there yet, but this card has been increasing and it's continuing increasing. I mean, you can see here the Ultra from Retro Pack is like 20 plus. Even the Dark Beginning Super Rares or the Ultra Rares are seeing almost 10 bones. But more specifically, you're never going to outbeat the original OG, very nostalgic, very aesthetically pleasing Secret Rare original prints here from Legacy of Darkness. This was the set that we got Yatagarasu, again, one of my all-time favorite band cards. And the artwork is just phenomenal, and it's extremely ancient now, and it's an amazing rarity of Secret Rare. So Unlimiteds are already up to 13 bones starting price, and there's 5+ pages on the market. And we're going to try to see if we can find some first editions. And the first edition we see here is all the way up to 50 bones. There's a 1 of there. There's 6 pages on the market here, and then it goes up to 51, 66, and then 70, and just kind of quickly trickles up. You can see the numbers here, and we're not even on the last page here. So again, nowhere near Dark Magician Girl first editions, OG Secrets, but this you cannot write this card off. I promise you, this card is going to continue to go up. This is just crazy money. This is like the honey of the bees in the collector's market, and I have so much praise for this card. There's just so much I want to say about this card, but I'm just going to cut it off here. That's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys are staying safe out there and making some amazing Yu-Gi-Oh! Investments yourself. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been part of my life for almost 2 decades. It's one of my favorite hobbies / pastimes. I love this game so much. I think this game brings so much excitement and happiness to so many people's lives. I think it's important to have hobbies and outlets, and this is a great resource for friendships and companionship and just socializing. And it's just, with technology these days in 2020, there's so many amazing things that you can do to plug in to this game. I'm going to be starting a website soon. I've contracted out a web designer to create my own personal website, and I'm very excited about it. It's still very much in its elementary stages, but I'm going to be using it as a platform to sell some of my own personal Yu-Gi-Oh! Collection stocks, cards, mats, sleeves, a whole bunch of crazy stuff. I'm really excited about it. Definitely going to give you guys some more details about it in the next however long it takes to get up and running, but it's a work in progress. I'm really excited about it. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. This has been a showcasing by The White Mexican, and I will see you in the next video.